I'm here with Lady Saints head basketball coach Will Marchino. The team will be playing opening Region 6 playoffs on Saturday at 6 p.m. against a very, very familiar opponent, Pratt. Coach, the team is coming off a win against Pratt on Wednesday, sophomore night. You guys actually had to scrap and scrape a little bit, but the bottom line is you came out victorious, and it was a pretty good game. Showed me the mettle of that team. Talk about that game, and then let's talk about the playoffs.
Yeah, Phil, I think anytime you play a season, if you don't go 30-0, you're always kind of thinking like, oh, maybe we could have a couple games go differently for us, or maybe we could do this different or that different, and we get a couple more wins. So obviously the win-loss record, you can always look for improvement, but I'm proud of this group. Mm-hmm. I'm really, really proud of this group. We put this group together kind of late, and they've done nothing but compete and give us effort. Mm-hmm. I thought opening on Wednesday we were just a tad tight. Mm-hmm. Maybe had something to do with sophomore night. Yes. Had some different people in the crowd. Mm-hmm. We wanted to make sure that we were showing out for our family members and doing that stuff, which is a good sort of tense. Now what we want to do for tomorrow is make sure that we don't have that bad tense, right, which is us tightening up because it's the playoffs and things like that. So we'll address that today at practice, and I'm really excited to be able to get back in the gym today with our ladies and prepare, like you said, for a familiar opponent. So, right, for us, being down 14 points at one point in the third quarter, right, and then only cutting it to 11 by the end of the third, we had to play pretty good basketball to come back and flip it and win by 5. So kudos goes to our ladies. They did a terrific job, and I couldn't be more proud of their effort and their energy to stay focused the whole game, even when shots weren't falling in the first half. Right. We addressed it at halftime and told them to keep attacking, and we have confidence in them. And I think sometimes that's all you need is to hear that a little bit before the shots start falling. We were really, really good offensively in the second half. Yeah. And so we just want to try to carry that over into tomorrow in the greenhouse again.
And one thing that I talked to you about previous times is that, this team, maybe earlier, you guys get down by 11 in the fourth, and you guys cut it down, and you don't, you let a turnover, a basket over, and you can't really cut it down. But this time, it sort of seems like there's so much growth in this squad that they actually can. And of course, it always helps to have players just playing the clutch like Allie Myers or Zoe Rosales hitting those, and Kayla Peoples, and just everyone sort of getting together and growing. And I think that you've always told me this about this team is that they actually like each other. Yeah. And that's so important out over there. And again, the season has been a lot of ups and downs, but more importantly, it's been a season of growth. Yep. I think. And I think that you go over there, you could have had more wins, you could have had more losses. And so, but, it sort of encapsulates. I thought that one game, you hate to see to be down 14, but to come back with a win. It's big. And it shows something here. Like you said, everyone always likes to go in and say, you want to be up by 100 from start to finish, but that's not basketball. Yeah. Someone always told me that basketball is always a game of runs. You can be up by 35, but you know what? They'll be down. Someone's going to make a run, and it's never going to be easy. So, yeah. But okay. So going into Saturday's game, you guys have played them twice already, and actually both teams have been, as you had mentioned on previous interviews, that the games were eerily similar. Yeah. There's always that the mythos of beating a team 3 times. Sure. And how hard that is. It never happens out over there. But I always said talk about the Jets and Dolphins in 1981 where they win, the Dolphins beat twice, and everyone said the Jets couldn't win. Dolphins won, and so. But how do you guys prepare to try to beat a team, especially a team that Davey Fitz out over there? Do you think that they have some momentum on their side? Do you think that you guys are going to be, you said you'll address things in practice. I'm sure that you'll make sure that you said that we can't take things for granted and
Yeah.
don't want a repeat of those other two games.
Yeah, but I think most importantly, we got to play relaxed. We have to play with a lot of confidence. Going back to Wednesday night, Kayla Peoples doesn't hit those 2 3-point shots in the fourth quarter for us if she's not playing with confidence,
Right.
and hadn't hit a shot all night long.
Right.
But every time she attacked the basket and a layup rimmed out or rolled out, we were there as a staff pumping her.
Right.
And telling her to keep going and telling her to keep attacking. And so,
And I want to simply say is that that shows a lot of confidence that you have in her.
Sure.
Because it could have been really easy for you to just go over there and to put her on the bench, but you showed a lot of, you showed a lot your gut.
yeah,
And
that just
that
that hasn't been our MO this year. We haven't been a coaching staff that's just yanked people out of games after one mistake or things like that. We try to let our team play through that stuff, to a certain extent. And we were really fortunate that there's different types of mistakes, there's different types of missed shots, and we just felt like Kayla's were really, really aggressive, playing with a ton of confidence, and we wanted her to keep going, and we needed her in the game because defensively she was really, really good on Saturday or on Wednesday. So, for us, we've got to find that ability to remain confident, but still be able to play relaxed, trusting our skills. And so that'll be a big message today to our team at practice is just that. And so my hope is that we don't, go into a game against Pratt thinking that we're just going to roll through them, because that's not true. Pratt's going to give us their best shot. Coach Rodewell does a great job with that group. Princess Anderson can score in many, many different ways. And so for us, it's just about, making sure that we pay attention to detail today in practice. We feel confident in our game plan. We feel confident that we can go out and execute our game plan. And then we just see what happens, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Right. At this point over there, I'm going to imagine that there are going to be no surprises from either team, you guys, unless, they come out with someone else going forth. But, I mean, you guys are just so familiar. If at this time anyway during the playoffs, you'll be playing a team no matter what the third time. So really no surprises, I would imagine.
Yeah, and that's what makes this region so difficult, I think, Phil, is that you get to tournament time and you're playing a team for the third time. I mean, how many more things can you throw at them? How many different looks can you throw at them that you haven't already shown them in season? And so, for us, our mantra has always been one game at a time, and we've tried to really, truly live that. And so we had to do some things on Wednesday night that maybe we wish we could have kept, but we wanted to win, and we wanted to be competitive, and we knew what we were playing for. And so for us, now it's just about one game at a time, 40 minutes, and even breaking it down even further. Can we be incredibly competitive in 10-minute segments for quarter by quarter by quarter? And that's how we're going to take it here as we get into the playoffs. And we'll see where that lands us.
And one thing also, there were so many other players in that Wednesday game when things weren't called, and we've sort of begun to see them. Let's talk Deanna Harris.
Deanna Ellis, yeah.
Deanna Ellis.
Yeah.
Keziah Grant Bob. How they play. And these players, you put them in, and they stepped up and played super well. And that's got to give you and the team just a lot of confidence where that you say, I can bring that person in. When Allie got fouled, she came in, and what was KGB's line?
11 points and 7 rebounds in the first half.
Amazing. And you would go over there and say that, and Deanna Ellis, what was it,
9 rebounds.
5 of them or 4 of them were on the offensive boards, and she just played, and she's not a post, she's a shooter. Did you go over there? And those are the little things that actually kept you guys in the game. It could have been easily, instead of 14, it could have been 24. It could have been 30, and those are the things. And that, as a coach, got to make you ecstatic, or at least
Yeah.
this is where we needed to be.
Well, and it showed up too a couple weeks ago when we were at Colby. Even though in an overtime loss,
Right.
we saw, because of foul trouble, we had to play people that haven't gotten a lot of time. Elijah Yarbrough showed up in the game at Colby,
Right.
and was great for us. And you know, Yanni or Biana Ellis,
Right.
she had to play a lot of time there too. Naomi had to play point guard for us in that game.
Right.
She's never played point guard for Seward County in her 2 years here.
Right.
But they all have to step up and play different roles. Jolie Sprouse had to play in the Colby game, and then you move forward a couple games later, and Yanni gets another shot, and she has. And we're not talking about 3-point shots. We're talking about she gets another opportunity to play, and she plays 9 minutes for us and gets 9 rebounds.
Right.
I said in my interview with Brock post game, from an NBA reference standpoint, Robert Covington was a plus minus gem in the NBA and made millions upon millions of dollars. Yanni's plus minus score Wednesday night was plus 24,
right.
which is incredible to play 9 minutes and be plus 24. That just goes to show you that effort and energy on the defensive end and crashing and rebounding, because you know that that's what our team needs in the moment, can drastically change an outcome of the game.
Yeah.
And so Yanni was terrific on Wednesday. I will tell you, just like I've told our team, I truly feel like we have everything we need in our circle. I'm very, very confident in that. I think that we can call upon people that maybe, you look at a season stat sheet and you go, gosh, she hasn't played very much at all this year. But those people can come in and impact our game in a positive manner.
Right.
Kazia's done that the last 3 weeks of the season. She's played spot minutes for us up until about 3 weeks ago, and has taken off and earned her first college start at Independence 2 weekends ago, and now she's just continuing to play better and better as the season goes on. So I think that also helps our top 3 scorers right now from a season stat perspective. It helps Allie Myers, it helps Jamia Carter, it helps Zoe Rosales, because they know that those players can come in and put the ball in the hoop. It helps Ari Gordon know that she doesn't have to be the only one outside of Allie or to rebound, right? Yanni can come in and grab 9 boards. So there's just, it truly embodies our team atmosphere. It truly embodies what we do as a program. We've been preaching team the whole season, and it's starting to show up in March when you need it. And so I'm really, really excited to see what tomorrow brings. You never know who could step up and give you something that maybe is quote unquote unexpected. But if you ask any of our ladies in our program, if you think Yanni Ellis is able to compete, yeah, she does it every day in practice. If you ask Kenny Leisure Yarbrough, yes. Jolie Sprouse, yes. Kaya Richardson, yes. And they all stepped up, whether it was Wednesday, whether it was a couple weeks ago at Colby. So for us, it really embodies that team atmosphere that we've created, and that goes, and I give all the credit to our team. They've done that, and they've done that all year, even when it's been really, really hard to embody that. They've continued to do that. So a ton of gratefulness and thanks goes to them, because they've put us here in this position that we get to host a regional game here on Saturday.
And just going forward with that, okay, so the Lady Saints will host Pratt at 6 p.m. There are tickets available. You can't get in without a ticket. Lewis Automotive will have them. Go out there and get some tickets out of there. Come support Coach Marchino and the Lady Saints as they begin their playoff quest. And again, the game starts at 6 o'clock. There will also be a watch party, as the Saints will head to Northwest Tech. 4 o'clock. Come on out.
Our men's team is going to Garden City to play Garden.
Oh, it's Garden.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I just wanted to correct you before we cut it off.
Okay,
so.
I'm sorry. Thanks for the correction.
You're good.
We
yep.
appreciate it. Well, we're watching a garden party, I guess.
There you go.
Over at 4 o'clock. Come out to the greenhouse. Bring in your ticket.
Yep.
We will have hot dogs, hamburgers, and free T-shirts, face painting, maybe a bounce house for the kids. They'll all be inside. It'll be a great time. And it'll be building up to the Lady Saints and Pratt. We had a great crowd on Wednesday. They spurred them on, and you guys were rowdy and raucous, and I know that energy built on. Coach
Yes.
was telling me about that. Don't want to be down by 17 for you guys to be round, but we just constantly need you to pump them up, right?
Yes, sir. And it's our last home game of the 23-24 season. We would love to end it on a successful high note, but we need your help, and we need your energy, and we want it for 40 minutes, and we're going to give you our best shot tomorrow at home against Pratt.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot and good luck.
Thanks, Phil.